Making a move now from, I guess, out of the water onto what happens on land, not just for our physical processes, but some of the human interactions between other populations, but also those physical processes. My name's Alan Smith. I'm a geography admissions tutor and one of the lecturers on our geography degree programmes. And just over the next 15 minutes, to give a brief introduction to some of the breadth and the range of activities that we support in geography at Plymouth. I'll put my email address back up at the end if anyone would like a copy of these slides, and as an option to send some further information over as well. We have around up to 20 academic staff in geography at Plymouth, so we're sort of a medium to large size geography department, but we're also really well supported at Plymouth with 2 mapping specialists, so geographical information science and systems and science and cartography, as well as dedicated laboratory staff that underpins our research, and also some of the more physical and physical laboratory work that our students are doing. And I guess highlighting our place as a successful geography department and a wide-ranging geography department. We have over 50 postgraduate students on master's programmes and also doing doctoral programmes in geography, and they contribute to our wider research community and ethos, as well as the academic staff who are all researchers and lecturers within geography. Obviously, it's not necessarily, it's not just all about the staff here. Some of you will be hopefully looking at appropriate courses for prospective students, and this is just a recent snapshot of a few of our final year students after they've handed in their independent research project or their dissertation project. So in geography, they spend their final year, amongst other things, working up their 10,000 word final year dissertation project. And these are just a few of the students. We have roughly around 100 or so students per year across the 3 years of the geography department. So there's a really wide and vibrant student community, and they're responsible for also running a lot of extracurricular activities on campus that are recognised through the Students' Union as well. We've heard a lot about background of the different programmes so far, and certainly geography is by no means a new subject, and certainly even at Plymouth we have a long and established track record in history. We've been teaching geography for over 50 years now, and just in the bottom lower right hand corner of the screen here you can see our latest course brochure. So again, I'm happy to send this through with much more detail in if anybody would like a hard copy sent out to them. But we're really pleased to celebrate 50 years of making a massive impact on our subject area, on the city of Plymouth, but also on teaching geography nationally and more broadly. And you'll see some of the areas of expertise and contributions that we've made at Plymouth Geography over these 5 decades. Now, moving on, our Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive, Professor Judith Pett, who's also a geographer, had this brief review to say during those 50th celebrations and anniversary, and particularly acknowledging that geography here at Plymouth is in excellent health, and really recognising we've got this critical role of the subject in producing highly priced graduates at Plymouth, and as well as our graduates and staff delivering research which underpins solutions to many of those critical global challenges that we're now facing. And John's mentioned some of those already, from climate emergency, and some of these have been mentioned in the sessions already this morning. And as a geographer, Professor Judith Pett does recognise the importance and this long history of our subject area here at the University of Plymouth, and how vitally important this is for the future. So these are some of our feedback from students. So I realise that looking at some benefit of some of the international agents, comparing different programmes between institutions. These are our most recent course level detailed national student survey data. So this is the independent survey run for all eligible UK universities based on final year students' review of satisfaction on their degree programmes. You can see for 2019, our BA Geography and our BA Geography and International Relations students. So these are 2 of the programmes we run, which I will talk about in a bit more detail in the next slides. 100% of those student surveys agreed or thought the staff were good at explaining things. And within our BSc, so slightly more on the physical geography side, 93% of students stated they had opportunities to explore their own ideas and develop those further. And in BA Geography, 95% overall satisfaction on the course overall. And brand new out just this summer, the 2020 National Student Survey results place Plymouth top 10 in the UK for human geography. So these are not just the things that we're saying, these are sort of an impartial and independent survey of our students compared to students across the whole of the country on their geography degree programmes. So we offer 4 geography degree programmes here at Plymouth. Our single honours programmes, BA and BSc Geography, so both of those have a common first year, so a range of modules and optional choices that students may take. And we open up the flexible option of students being able to switch between BA or BSc Geography as they go throughout their degree programme. So they can sign up to one of these and are not held down to that exact programme throughout their time at Plymouth. And then we offer 2 joint honours programmes, or you may refer to this as a major in geography with the joint honours option, or the minor in international relations. So that's suitable for more BA, so more human geography and social science background students. And then we offer geography with ocean science, so for those of our students who are more interested in physical processes and some of that ocean science grounding. And both of these combined honours options offer the major part, which is 2/3 in geography modules and credits, with 1/3 in those respected joint honours subjects. So these are all 3-year degree programmes with an optional exchange year abroad. So lots of bilateral partners across Asia, North America, Europe, and as well as Australia. And we also offer an optional year out of placement year as well. So there are options to spend a year in industry or a work placement year throughout all of these degree programmes to really gain that critical and important work-based experience and those employability skills for success as a Plymouth Geography graduate. We also offer, for those of you that may be advising potential direct entry students as well, direct entry options across those listed in bold here. So our BA and BSc single honours geography and our BA geography with international relations. And we have options there of direct entry in either years 2 or 3. So an option there to depending on background and individual entry requirements and some of those agreements we've got with other institutions, an option to top up a final year in the UK with a Plymouth Geography degree. So again, I'm happy if we do have a Q&A later to answer any questions on those options. All of our geography degrees are independently accredited and recognised by the Royal Geographical Society. This is the learned body for geography and professional body for geography in the UK. With a very long history going back to the original Antarctic expeditions and sponsoring some of those scientific endeavours back from the 1800s onwards. But more contemporary, they give an independent evaluation of what we do at Plymouth in geography, and this recognition guarantees and provides an impartial overview that our degree programmes really do provide this foundation geographical knowledge and skills that a geography graduate should expect to have in the UK and globally. And it recognises that we prepare our graduates well for the needs of the world beyond their time at Plymouth. So employability, thinking of graduate workplace options and graduate entry level jobs, as well as further education and further study at postgraduate level. And this also gives the stamp of approval that we show evidence that our graduates meet these aims from the Royal Geographical Society in terms of being able to meet the learning outcomes of the geography degree programme and those really important transferable skills that make geographers particularly employable and sought after graduates in the workplace later on. We have a range of modules across these 4 degree programmes, and they span physical and human geography, and I'll provide a few headline examples of some of those research areas that our geography staff are currently actively researching. So all of our degree programmes are taught by academic and research active staff members. We have lots of local fieldwork opportunities, and I'll show you some of those examples as well just before I finish up. And we have an international fieldwork option in the 2nd year. That may depend on individual visa restrictions, but we offer a range of locations, and that is really important, that option to travel and really develop and demonstrate those key transferable skills, as well as dedicated support space and physical science laboratory space. Here are some of these fieldwork options fieldwork destinations that we travel to in the 2nd year. So Pacific Northwest of the USA, and a field trip that John has run previously, who was speaking to us just before I started. And there's some recent photos here in the bottom right hand corner of some of our students standing in front of Mount St. Helens in Washington State in the US, as well as 2 images here of our recent field trip to Western Australia. But we also travel to places much closer to home in Europe, so Morocco, France and Iceland and Sweden. And really this travel is really important. We undertake it responsibly with environmental impacts really at the heart of what we do. But really these are the opportunities to travel abroad. We don't have the opportunity to visit glaciers in the UK, a key part of studying geography for our physical geography students. We don't get to see recent volcanic landscapes. Some of my geology colleagues may debate what recent means, but I'm thinking of some currently active or active within the last few decades, like we can in parts of the USA. And as well as in Australia, getting to visit desert landscapes and that really important and unique cultural Aboriginal history that we don't have in the UK. So we really do expose our students to a range of key environments that we don't have access to in the UK, as good as a location as Plymouth is. We have a range of specialist options, as I've mentioned already, and these go right through from human and social sciences right through to our physical geography research areas. So in hydrology and river catchment science, sustainability options, looking at addressing future challenges in the environment and sustainable living through the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Through travel, tourism and mobility, how people move and the flows of people and information, as well as goods and services. We also look at more cultural background, place and space, as well as some of these key transferable skills, such as geographical information science, so the spatial analysis of geographic data and the statistical analysis of data, as well as looking at how big data can be harnessed to answer some of society's pressing issues now, as well as options here in nature and society and weather and climate. So from our academic staff, we have a really broad range of optional and specialist options that our geography students can take within a Plymouth geography degree. All of these options lead our students into being able to support their own independent research project in their final year, so up to 10,000 words, and that's 40 credits or 1/3 of the year. And that's supported across these broad range of areas and specialisms that are developed throughout the time at Plymouth, or capitalising on the time through a direct entry pathway. There's lots of dedicated support for all of our students, international students, direct entry, as well as all of our students on our degree programmes. Every student's allocated a personal tutor, so a geography lecturer and academic, to guide them through their three plus years at Plymouth, as well as dedicated dissertation project advisor in the final year. So lots of opportunities for one-to-one support and guidance for all of our students on our programmes. And then as well as from the university, we have dedicated central support for international students from the international office, as well as from our student support services. Just to finish up here, a couple minutes left, but to support all of this as well, it's not just the academic support and the student community, but we've also got the physical environment to support our students on their geography degree programmes through modern and well-equipped lecture theatres and physical geography laboratory spaces, where students can have a use this hands-on experience to conduct experiments, and that learning approach through doing and analysing their own data and fieldwork samples, as well as through Lab Plus, which is an open study support area assisted by staff during office hours. And really importantly for geographers, our outdoor space and a location immediately next to us in Plymouth. And you can see here a picture of Plymouth waterfront on a sunny day. So opportunities for us to be out in the field studying in these locations, but also to enjoy our downtime, about 10 to 15-minute walk away from the university, as well as some of our fieldwork options. We've got 2 national parks really close by to us. So Dartmoor National Park in the top right-hand corner, and arranged to see a unique set of British landscapes that other institutions are not so fortunate to have on their doorsteps. And we could take our students away from the lecture theatre and the PowerPoint slides and to see some of these real-life processes in action. So a really brief summary. We've got RGS accredited degrees. We're research active and currently ranked top 10 in the UK for human geography, so we're really pleased with that independent recognition. We've got direct entry options and can consider those for certain pathways, as well as the standard 3-year pathway at Plymouth. And just to end on a quote from Baroness Linda Chalker, the current president of the Royal Geographical Society, really to highlight that the role of geography is increasingly important in today's changing and complex world, and it's critical to solving the next generation of challenges. So I'll end it there. I'll stop sharing my screen. More detail can be found on our website, and I'm happy to follow up with any Q&A.